Cherry, what's up? Looks like you might have left. It says, I am human. I just thought I'd turn this on for a second and see who shows up. James, what's up? Yeah, there is good lighting in here. It's like track lighting. But hey man, you got to get your workouts in every day. Even if you do the in-home workout, which is really easy to do, you can do lunges and you can do push-ups and you can do sit-ups. You can do that right in your living room watching TV every day. And I just happen to have this stuff here, so I'm just doing push-ups and arm curls. I don't even really lift weights. I just recently started lifting weights down here, like doing a couple arm curls. I mean, this isn't like a hard workout. I'm just kind of doing stupid exercises. I just don't have nothing to do right now. That's what I'm doing. I'm just doing a few at a time because I'll tell you what, I'm not impressive right now. There was a time where I probably was like pretty solid with the calisthenic type stuff, like pull-ups and push-ups and stuff, but not anymore. So yeah, I'm just doing basic exercises. I thought I would just turn the live on while I do them. What's up, big time? I'm just kind of hanging out down here. I just had a minute, so I just kind of do these when I get a chance. Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, I think 10 or 11 years since I've been in competition. Yeah, I guess I didn't put it together that way, but yeah, it's probably been 10 or 11 years. I bet the Wikipedia page it like always says some crazy stuff. There's so many like fallacies on the Wikipedia page. I always wonder who maintains those pages. Yeah, don't get me wrong, there's some things on there that are true, but there's some things that on there are completely false. Hey, you guys know that I was telling you like how bad my feet hurt from like practicing with the kids all the time and like running in new cleats and stuff like that. So like my feet are starting to heal up a little bit, but my one toe, my big toe on my left foot has just been killing me. And tonight I was running down the stairs, like I was kind of skipping down the stairs. Something popped in my left foot. I think I fixed it. It's fucking amazing now. Yeah, James is totally right. Like, I think the same thing of like some of the like the football announcers and the ESPN guys and things like that. A lot of those guys have never played any of the sports that they're spectating or they're announcing. They've never played sports. They weren't good at sports. They're just the announcer, or they're the sports editor or something like that. And I think that's totally wrong. Like, they need to have people that have experience in those sports or in that arena to write and announce for those sports or those teams or those players. Yeah, and you'd be really surprised when it comes to the judges. A lot of the judges are like the husbands and wives of whoever's running the organization. Or sometimes if it's a commission, sometimes the commissions will just have the girlfriend or the boyfriend or the son or the daughter of whoever's involved in that arena. They just get to judge the sport, and that's not right. Like, they need to have real judges, people who know what the sport entails. You know when you say like everything should be completely covered? I don't know if everything should be completely covered. I will say this. I think that if you're gonna introduce an idea to the public, there should be something previous, the actual topic you're talking about, and then a conclusion or something after. It shouldn't just be one little, we said we don't like this guy and that's that, or whatever the thing is. It should have a beginning, a middle, and an end, in my opinion. But a lot of these news centers, they don't do that. And they're not going to do you the favor, trust me. for anybody listening, I've been thinking about going back to the gym. I think with winter coming on, it'd be a good addition, like either going back to an MMA gym or going to a boxing gym every day, doing something else, every day. Like going back to the weight room or something. Because winter's rolling in. I mean, like tonight's a good example. I was gonna do something tonight. I had a bike ride earlier, but I was gonna do something again tonight, and it rained real hard and it's really cold out. So I was thinking maybe go back to like grappling or maybe an MMA gym, maybe go back to the weight room. I don't know, something like that. I'm not sure what you mean by that. What fighting style has the audience talking more trash? I think when I see what we call the lay and pray style, which is typically like a wrestler. So like a wrestler will kind of lay back and they won't really do a whole lot. They'll just kind of move around, and so then what they're doing is they're waiting for the opportunity to take the guy down. Then they take the guy down and they just kind of lay on him. They take a couple shots. They'll control the fight, but I think the audience really hates that. Like, they really hate the lay and pray style, like more like the wrestler style, how they win. And they do win that way, but nobody likes to watch that fight. I mean, again, these are my opinions. Could be completely wrong, so. Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, to be very real about it, the MMA gyms here now, they're not what they used to be. Like, going into the gym in 2005 or right around that area, like 2005 to maybe 2007, you better be ready for the gym. I mean, there were guys in there that were just killers. I mean, now it's like you go to the gym, this whole session might be an hour. Most of the guys show up 15 minutes late. They take another 10 minutes to get ready. They roll around just long enough to get sweaty. As soon as they get sweaty, they take a bunch of pictures and leave. And that's what they do, most of them. Like when we went to the gym back in the day, you were warmed up and ready to go. So when that clock ticked 5:30 or 6:30, you were ready to go. You stepped on the mat, ready to go. You were already had full gear. You were ready to go. But it's just not like that anymore. I mean, I don't think all gym cultures suck. I'm just saying, like, even me before I got in the UFC, we had a tough gym. I mean, it was really tough. I think the toughest gym I was ever in was when we had the UFC going and the IFL going. I say that all the time. When the UFC guys were going and training and the IFL guys were all training in the same room at the same time, it was dangerous. It was very dangerous, especially for anybody who was just starting and just kind of getting into it. Yeah, I would just say with everything, every exercise, even when I ride my bike, I mean, you just gotta be cautious of your body. Like, there's a lot of things I don't do anymore, even on my bike, that I'm just worried I don't need to get hurt. I don't want to get hurt. I'm very cautious anymore. No, this isn't a public gym. This gym is in the basement where I live. No one's ever down here. How's it going, Starburst? I see you. Yeah, I mean, at this point in my life, there's no reason for me to hurt myself unless something came up where there was for me to train super hard or for me to go like really hardcore. I mean, I need to get paid or something. I don't know. Like there has to be a reason for it. I will say I did catch myself a few times, especially when I was doing this, like helping out with the coaching and that. There was a couple of times I came home from those practices not realizing, I've been cutting and moving for an hour and a half, doing running back moves and defensive back moves and receiver moves and stuff like that. And I'd come home and my feet would be swollen, my ankles would be swollen, my knees would hurt. And I was like, I haven't done this stuff in 15, 20 years, like an actual practice, like an actual football practice. I haven't done it in a long time, so it took some time for my body to adjust to it. Yeah, I mean, even with that thought though, you know what? I know how old I'm 47 years old, but I don't feel that way. And to be very honest, I challenge a lot of younger guys, like in whatever way, shape, or form. I'm not far off, you know, like there's a lot of times where I can usually compete with, sometimes beat, sometimes I lose, but you know, I'm still pretty competitive in most of the stuff I do. So I don't know, like what I'm saying as far as the age part goes, I think if you exercise regular, you diet regularly, you should be okay. I mean, there does come a time when like, you know, you're just not gonna be able to do it anymore, or, you know, you're gonna start getting aches and pains or whatever the thing is, but yeah, I mean, sometimes I just go with it and I feel pretty good, you know. It's about all I can say. I do try to help other people as far as like daily activities and things like that, like what I'm doing every day. I guess those are things like you got to put out of your mind. My whole thing with that was, I'll say within the last, I'll say this, when I first started out in MMA or NHB, they called it pit fighting, there was all kinds of names for it. When I first started out, there was a lot of shady business, so I was probably more worried about it when I started out than I was later in my career, so-called career. But once you start getting involved with the commission, everybody's tracked, everybody knows what's going on, you know, as far as like who's got what, who's been kicked out of the sport, because there are guys that can't compete because they got something, and you'll find out who those people are right away. What video? What are you talking about? Which one? Just tell me what it is, like in general, what is it? Well, if nobody's gonna comment, I'm gonna get out of here. I just thought I'd come down here and do some like general exercises. I had a little time on my hands, so I thought I'd let this run for a while. Big, what's up, bro? If you guys don't have any serious topics or something to talk about, I'm gonna wrap this up. I've been down here for a little while. I just thought I'd run this live while I did some exercises. What is the worst job? The worst job is the job you're doing and you're not getting paid equal amounts of money for the work you're doing. That's the worst job. I believe a person should get paid for the work they're doing. And it doesn't always work out that way. I don't know. I mean, I think different states, every state is different now with like minimum wage and stuff like that. Especially if you're in like a managerial position or something. It's kind of a funny story, but last year I almost took a job at KFC as a manager. That would have been probably the worst place for me, but it paid good. So I was like, and I know I can manage, so. I thought it was hilarious because like they called me for the interview and I had to choose basically between that and doing something else, and I just chose the other thing. I took the high road on that one. Yeah, could you see me managing KFC? I'd be like, yeah, drop that in the fryer and mix up that coleslaw. Yeah, yeah, I think the guy did a pretty good job with that video. I don't know what this, the guy was on my Facebook for a while. I don't know if he's still there, but I don't even think he makes videos anymore. He quit doing it. All right, Big, see you later. But listen, Justin, I'm gonna wrap this live up. I just kind of came down here to do a few exercises, so I thought I'd run this live while I was down here. This is the, like the complex gym. Nobody ever comes in here, so I just came down here. I run lives down here sometimes, like if I get the time to do it. No. This is a complex, like an apartment complex. So this is the basement. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm out of here. If I get time later, like between maybe here and midnight, maybe I'll do another one. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. All right, I'm closing this up, dude. If you are new, please subscribe. That'd help me a lot. I appreciate it. All right, see you guys later.